Kelly, Illinois, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, how you doing, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Hey, Pepper, I got a question for you, bro.
Sure.
Have you ever tried K2?
No, I haven't smoked it yet.
Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I know about it.
Did you ever get an album from K-Tel?
Let me tell you, I tried some last night. It's the real deal, bro. It rocked my world.
I still don't trust any of that fucking weird synthetic drug shit.
What is it? What is it exactly? What's the highlight?
It's some sort...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go. No, I heard it's like pot. It's like synthetic pot. Like it's supposed to be like a fucking pot high.
Yeah.
You know, why do you need a synthetic pot? You already have marijuana. Cody, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, going back to the grade situation, the school district my brother graduated from last year, they actually dropped a D, so it went from straight to a C to an F. That weeded out a lot of the bad students. A lot of kids failed.
Yeah, it's really important to put more kids out on the street. I think that's exactly what we want to do. Weed them out. I like to get more kids dropping out in 9th, 10th grade. That way they can get started in a gang of their own at a very early age. And then maybe even buy a house in fucking Vegas that they walk away from one day. Jay in Jersey says one of our callers is filled with shit. What is it, Jay?
K2, man, that stuff is... I saw it on MSNBC.com. There was an article about some dude who figured out how to synthesize THC.
Mm-hmm.
And K2 is just a brand name, man. There's like 400 different brands, and they're fucking awesome.
They're all great.
Yeah, pretty much, man. I mean, I'm not here to do a commercial, but...
It sounds like you are. It sounds like you're running live reads right now. It sounds like I'm talking to a stoner Fez Watley. Anthony.
Yeah. Hey, buddies, I got a question for Pepper.
He's right here. He'll answer any question you have. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ.
Hey, Pepper, I'm a hipster. I'm looking to move to Astoria. What's a good neighborhood, and where should I hang out and skateboard and good restaurants? I figured, you live there. You're on...
Where do you skateboard? Where do you fucking... Let me just fucking point something out to you, Anthony. This fucking person that you're getting all your information on how to live your life has been wearing the same Zoo York shirt to work every day this week.
Same underwear and socks, too. I haven't changed my clothes in 3 days.
What is the story with that?
I don't know. I'm just... I have to do laundry, but I'm trying to fucking not do it because I hate doing laundry. So I'm just, they don't smell that bad.
But here's the problem. You're wearing a shirt that is so, fun that even Stalker Patty brought it up the other day.
That's right.
So you're not just getting, you're not wearing, some black shirt that we'll forget and let you get away with. It's a big Zoo York where people are going, oh, my God, what an adorable shirt, Zoo York.
Repping it.
Oh, I saw a shirt the other day. Life is filled with choices. 9 different margaritas. I said, Knives, come and look at this. It's hysterical.
Skateboard at PS17.
So where are you going to hang with this kid?
I can go to the beer garden, fucking get all hammered. And then, seriously, there's the school PS17s where kids skateboard.
Is that where they go?
Yeah. And really, people just use skateboard as just a way to get around now. No one even does tricks anymore.
You eating a lot of Greek food over there?
Off and on, yeah. There's a couple good places.
I like to go over and eat some Greek food. I just fucking, every time I leave Manhattan, I feel like I'm wasting money. I feel like, I'm blowing my rent. Joe, Boston, Ron and Fez.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
I just wanted to try to explain this whole housing crisis thing the way I understand it. I've been doing some research on it.
Okay, great. Expert.
I'm from Arizona, and
Okay,
the same thing happened there. It was basically these people, to get subprime lending, they'd give away houses for 2%, 3%, and then within a month after signing, the mortgage rates would go up 7, 8%. They can't pay them. So then you get a bunch of foreclosures, and the mortgage lenders will say to the banks, hey, we got a bunch of foreclosures, buy them up as a package, we'll give them to you for pennies on the dollar. So they say, okay, that's a good idea. They take them. Then they repackage them with some more foreclosures and sell them to another bank. Make a little bit more, make some money on it. This happens a few times. Sooner or later, they sell them to a trading firm, and then turn them into a security that can be bought and sold on the stock market. The problem is all these people foreclosing, they can't pay their houses. The security is nothing but a pile of dog shit that is really worthless. So once people can't pay their mortgages, everything forecloses, and the whole fucking thing falls down.
And these short money motherfuckers are selling out our country. That's the thing that kills you. In this article, this guy lives in a neighborhood, and he's the only person there. In a fucking neighborhood, and sometimes he'll just look out, and gangs of Mexicans are wandering around. Sometimes trying to get into his house. He's fucking laying in his house with his shotgun like an atomic bomb went off 3 months ago. He's fucking laying next to his canned goods. And you're like, what has happened to us? Why are we so insane? Why are we so self-hating? One thing I can fucking, it's almost like Americans are born and then go like this. How can I fuck this country till it dies? How can I fuck this country till in its ass until it bleeds out and dies? Bill has more questions for Hicks. Questions for Hicks is something new we're doing. He's wearing the Zoo York shirt
and a
for
bandana.
the third straight day. Fez Whatley taking a water break during this time. So here's Bill. Bill in Georgia. You're on Fez.
Hey, Pepper, I know you're pretty hip. I got a question. I just inherited a bunch of albums, actual vinyl albums, and I was wondering, is there a market for them? He's got everything from Herb Alpert to Pink Floyd.
Yeah, definitely. Just got to find a fucking store that wants to buy him.
So he goes from A to P.
What's that?
He goes from A to P. How many do you think you got altogether?
About 145. I mean, there's Allman Brothers Live. There's Beatles or old Johnny Cash. It's some of everything. It was amazing when my mom sent it. It was my mom's husband, and she sent me the list of it, and I want to download them onto my iPod before I get rid of them. There's definitely some good music in there, but I wondered if there was a market to sell them, and what kind of value should I be looking at? I mean, how I know if I'm getting...
I mean, if you take, most of these people are just some in flea markets, or why don't you do this? Why don't you just go on eBay and check?
That's what I was thinking. That might be the best place to try to get rid of them at.
Either that or fucking Pepper will give you $7 for the whole lot.
That's with shipping included, too.
Shipping included. 866-RUN-0-FEZ. 866-RUN-0-FEZ. Pete, Buffalo, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, that guy that called talked about the housing bust. He did a pretty good job explaining, but he skipped over one really important part.
What's that?
And that's that the reason this all happened is because there was a lot of liberal litigation or legislation that said that these banks had to give mortgages to people that couldn't afford it. It's like this idea in our country that, well, we want it even though we can't afford it. And so we had a bunch of people getting mortgages that couldn't afford to pay them.
So it's a dirty
really
liberals.
Where the problem started.
Dirty liberals.
Well, I don't mean to say liberals as in like politically liberal, but it was a liberal, thinking legislation. I'm not trying to play Democrat versus Republican.
But you know something else some of those liberals like? Fags. So they're trying to ruin this country, and they're trying to ruin Jesus. Travis, Kentucky, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I was just going to let you guys know, there's on DetroitisCrap.com, there's an entire spread about this thing where there's a woman living in, I think it's like a 3-block radius. She's the only one there. Every other house has been condemned as being overrun by rats, gangs. She's got bars on the inside and the outside of her windows. It's pretty screwed up.
Insane. 866-RUN-0-FEZ. 866-RUN-0-FEZ. Paul, Florida, you're on Run Fez.
Hey, I got a question for Pepper.
What's up?
Hey, since you hate doing laundry, why don't you bring it in for Fez to do since he loves doing it?
He does love laundry, and you don't at all. And Fez, you got quiet there for a while, and then every once in a while you just show me a grimace to let me know that you're not feeling well. How often are you doing your laundry?
I do mine once a week.
Would you like to do Pepper's laundry?
I would love to do Pepper's laundry.
I guess I'll have to buy a cart to bring it in here then.
Well, why don't you just go over to his house and drop it off? You're close enough.
Yeah, that would be closer than dragging it in here.
How far are you from Roosevelt Island?
Probably like 20 blocks.
All right.
To the bridge or whatever. It's
to the little
walkable.
bridge.
Yeah.
You guys each walk down blocks. You can meet halfway. Oh, you won't walk over that bridge, will you, Fez?
I don't like to go over that Roosevelt Island Bridge.
No, you sound fine now. What were you grimacing about?
I'm getting like pains through my chest and stuff, and that was like hurting. So I guess I was reacting to that. I didn't realize I was making faces at people.
It wasn't people. I was just watching you grimace. 866 Run Zero Fez. 866 Run Zero Fez. We are, of course, doing questions for Pepper today. It does seem to be one of the most explosive parts of the Ron and Fez show. Danny, Chicago, Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Pepper, we got this older rich gay guy in our neighborhood who throws, pretty good parties, and hung out with him for a little while, and he offered one of my buddies $5,000 to just jerk him off. My buddy did it. You got paid $5,000. Is he gay?
How broke was your buddy?
He's broke.
I guess if we really need the money, it's not that gay. No, he's okay. You should still be friends with him.
That's going to read a fucking book called Basketball Diaries. It's okay if you're a junkie. Duncan, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, hey fellas. Just a quick comment. I don't actually have a question, but the previous caller had mentioned that it was a liberal. The liberals were to blame for the homeowner issue, but I think Bush was the first president to publicly state that owning a home was the American dream.
But it is. I've heard it my whole life. Oh, you got to own a home. I got to own a home. And obviously, people walking away from their homes now. I've had a few houses in my life, and every time it just fucking looked at me like, oh God, now I got to stay here. What if I want to fucking get up and go? Dave, Virginia, you're on questions for Pepper.
Let me ask you, Pepper. I am wanting to go for lunch today. I'm thinking either a turkey sandwich or an 8-ball. Which is best?
8-ball? It's a fucking retarded question.
Wait, hold on. Do you realize, though, he could get a little bacon and cheese with that and have a turkey club?
A turkey club would be nice, and maybe even some avocado on it, or a couple lines off a hooker's ass. I
think they both come with chips.
What's that?
The sandwich and the 8-ball.
Why did you get upset when you said 8-ball?
Because I don't know if I wasn't sure if I used the right term again after he said it. I had to stop and rethink.
What's an 8-ball? How much weight?
I'm thinking it's 8 grams.
8 grams, nice,
Shit.
huh? You know what I'd like to do, Fez? Buy from you. 866 Run Zero Fez. 866 Run Zero Fez. John, Houston, you're on Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. My father always taught me that my home should cost me no more than 25% of my net take-home. And people financed homes and banks financed them because Bill Clinton allowed it to happen in the early 90s. That's all.
There did used to always be the 25% rule. And then you're running into people making fucking, $40,000, $50,000 a year who are owning houses that are supposedly worth fucking, $600,000. I'd like to see what happened to my old fucking neighborhood in Fairfax, because those fucking houses were way overpriced.
Probably a ghost
Well, you
town.
were living in an apartment there, Fez, that they tried to sell for you for what?
I'm trying to think of what they wanted. It was huge. It was like over 500,000.
And it was a 2-bedroom apartment.
Mm-hmm.
2-bedroom apartment next to a fucking highway. And it's not like, you had a fucking apartment in downtown fucking Chicago or, Miami or something. I mean, he was out far into it, next to a highway. Note shows up. Oh, you can own this place for $500,000.
Yeah, no yard.
You bring it in. I'm like, no yard. There was nothing to it. It looked like exactly what you were using it for, a temporary place to be before you found out where you wanted to go permanently. They were fucking insane. And we're only talking a couple years ago. Questions for Hicks. Jason in Virginia.
Yeah, I got a question for Pepper. I bought a bottle of Crown Royal yesterday, drunk half of it. Should I drink the other half before I go to work?
Of course you should.
Sean, questions for Pepper.
Hey, Pepper.
You.
Hey, I'm sitting in line at the drive-thru. Should I get a double cheeseburger or just 2 regular cheeseburgers?
Get 2 regular and a McChicken.
John, PA, questions for Pepper.
Yeah, Pepper.